rubbish. That's not the word you use, but I'm paraphrasing there.
Okay, family show, isn't it? Now, Doran Binder is a water sommelier and founder of Crag Water. He joins us now. Doran, welcome to the show. First of all, is Britain's tap water safe?
That's an interesting debate, and there seems to be mixed messaging about it and confusion. And there's nothing worse that could really be happening to a utility or something as important as water, only the most important liquid on planet Earth. So the fact that we're debating, is it safe or not, to me is enough to make people nervous about drinking it, and certainly I wouldn't be drinking it at the moment, no.
What's in tap water that might be a concern, Doran?
I suppose the issue is, if we're talking about what we know, so we know that there was the outbreak of Pictosporidium last month in Devon, and we know that that medication is urinated and recirculated through the water system. There are issues and concerns with that, but in my opinion, people need to be aware of. Because we are 78% made of water, the quality of the water that we put in the human body that's made of water has an impact.
Doran, I mean, that doesn't sound safe to drink from the tap, but also there's a report today saying it's not safe to drink from plastic bottles, given that, you know, the cancer-causing chemicals that can get from the plastic into the water. What am I meant to be drinking?
I know, it's brilliant. It's almost as if there's a targeted media campaign around scaring people from drinking water. We only hear about microplastics in bottles of water. We don't hear about it in plastic bottles of milk or in other plastic containers of fizzy drinks. Imagine what's going on in a pot noodle when you pour boiling water into that plastic container. But we only hear about bottled water. And I wonder why. Is there a targeted campaign to put people off drinking water?
You do wonder. Now, you have your own water business. It is called Crag Water. You were successful at the 2023 Taste Awards. Why should we be paying for water, Doran?
It all comes down to quality and awareness. So something has happened in the English-speaking world where we just seem to have been dumbed down in the world of water. If we go to continental Europe, Italy, Spain, France, we go to Eastern Europe, there is an absolute awareness and people know, it's in their culture, they understand the differences between different grades of water. But something happened to us in this country, only fools on horses, water privatisation, it's only water, innit, Beardy? It's only the most important liquid on the planet, and we have been dumbed down. So when we look at the differences in water, if we compare tap water to the world of natural mineral and spring water, which is the premium of the category. So forget about brands, and as the founder of Crag Spring Water, the category of the water, if you're buying bottled water, only buy natural minerals spring. Because if it doesn't say natural minerals spring, it could be anything. It could be filtered tap water, bottled. So people need to be aware and understand what it is they're buying if they're buying bottled water.
What about tap? Well, sort of not tap water. What about tap water that's filtered? What do you think of those filter jugs, or indeed the filters that you can put into the the tap built in? What do you think about that?
I think as long as people are aware, they're fantastic. But the issue is that when you're adding a filter to your tap water at home, you are adding another filtration or another process to that water. That water has been through multiple processes already. So as long as you're aware that when you filter tap water, it will never compare to the best category, being natural mineral and spring. It's basically organic versus processed. Tap water being processed water, laboratory, man-filtered, man-blended. Natural mineral spring water has been done by Mother Nature, untouched by man. And that's why they're all different, by the way. I spend my life doing water tasting.
Doran, I know how to tell whether I'm drinking a nice glass of wine or not, but how do I tell whether I've got a nice glass of water in front of me?
It's the mouthfeel and the taste. So when you come and do a water tasting, when we introduce waters, we do that between 10 and 15 different waters, and the waters are lined up in front of you one by one with an explanation as to what's going on and what you're going to taste. And when you tune your brain into water, that's when the world of water opens up. But when there's no awareness, there is no conversation. So I've never heard anybody talking about water in my life before I fell into this. And then as I discovered what's going on in the world of water, I just thought, this is incredible. Everybody needs to know.
You fell into water. There you go. That's a line. Let me tell our viewers and listeners that your website is cragspringwater.co.uk. More power to you, Doran. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me tell you that other water brands are available. Evian, Perrier. Of course, people might not know this, but Dawn, you've got a very good way of making tap water safe, haven't you? You put gin in it.
Actually, just skip the water completely. But Doran's brand has its face on it, and none of it's in plastic bottles. It's glass bottles and tin.
When he said we need to drink more water, you positively recoiled, I've got to say.
I have to, I sort of like, yeah. But is there not water in wine?
Just a bit. You definitely read the Bible and think that was the case. You're watching Good Afternoon Britain, where we're performing miracles until 3 o'clock. By the way, shall I just put a plug in for you and I?